God bless you, viewers. This is your boy Marcus J. Wilson. How you doing? I am going to critique on two TV shows, A Diff'rent World and Diff'rent Strokes. The first one I'm going to critique on is the episode of A Diff'rent World called A Rock, a River, and a Lena. In this episode, the staff of Human, Whitley and the gang were getting ready to meet Lena Horne. Mr. Gaines was telling the gang about his memory, but Whitley thought he was losing his mind. So, Freddie and Kim both reprimanded Whitley for the way she treated Mr. Gaines at the beginning of the show. In this episode too, Whitley had her students do research on Miss Lena Horne. And in this episode, also, Lena Horne herself comes, this time to pay tribute to one of her grandchildren who died with a scholarship.
Well, I guess you'd be in charge of traveling.
So, in this whole episode, Dean Davenport sings her version of the song, Stormy Weather, in this episode. Don't know why, there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. In other words, in this episode, Whitley experienced stormy weather when she thought Lena left before the ceremony. But guess where Lena was at? Chilling with Mr. Gaines at the pit, along with Kim and Spencer, dancing, which cost Whitley the fume. So Whitley getting ready to reprimand Kim for bringing Lena to Mr. Gaines, because she thought that he was losing his mind. Kim asked her, how can she admire Lena for overcoming and not Mr. Gaines? And Whitley said, Mr. Gaines is a dirty old man who was losing his mind. But Lena knew Mr. Gaines since the war. Then in this episode, one of Whitley's students paid a great big tribute to her.
I was about to ask you the same question. You know what I'm doing here? No, I don't know what you're doing.
And they were giving her a great tribute. And it was a wonderful tribute. From dancing all the way down to the shouting. You weren't supposed to see that. And it was great. So Lena got a big standing ovation. And Whitley, so did Mr. Gaines, thanks to Whitley, who finally realized that Mr. Gaines had overcome as much as Lena has. So I like to rate this episode a great big 100. The next episode is Diff'rent Strokes. The episode is called Arnold the Entrepreneur. In this episode, Arnold was getting ready to sell bug spray. So Sam plans to go with him to sell that bug spray too. So Arnold went door to door and met with people, including actor Herbie Fullich. Well, I can't say the last name, but he played Tattoo on Fantasy Island. So Arnold and Sam met him. And also, they went over this house, this apartment of a sexy woman in her exercise gear. And she was sexy. Well, anyway, she was a cutie pie. And she thought Sam was a cutie pie in that roach costume. And she said, "You're the first boat that I wouldn't want to step in. You're the first one I wouldn't want to step in." And Sam asked her if she would like to buy some boat spray. And she said, "Anything for you, cutie pie." Yeah. So Arnold, wanting the attention, got his cheeks pinched too, like this. So Sam and Arnold made some money. But guess what? Arnold wanted to keep the proceeds, leading to an argument between both him and Sam. The feud rolled over all the way in this episode. And the feud even happened more when Willis volunteered to take Sam to the football game. Actually, to the baseball game. So, that angered Arnold a little bit more. So they began arguing some more until Drummond stopped it, telling Arnold and Sam to stop fighting over money. Telling him a story about how him and his father got into an argument over a similar subject, which is money. So I critiqued this episode to say this. In this episode, Arnold learned the lesson and of a value of $1, and learned that the love of money is the root of all evil. That's what Drummond learned the hard way with his father. So, I give this episode a great big 102 to say this. Don't fight over money, because the love of money is the root of all evil. And I thank God that I was fortunate enough to watch these 2 episodes. I didn't say much about different worlds, a river, a rock, and Lena. Actually, a rock, a river, and Lena. But I want you to know that Lena Horne is one of the best. So may Conrad Bain, Gary Coleman, and Lena Horne rest in peace. And to all of you that are alive today, watching this, God bless.